Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope you're having a really great week. Let me know where you're listening from. I'm always just enthused when I hear from you. Today's episode is really around a practical use case of AI. I really love this technology. I guess to stay up to date with it, my go-to is watching YouTubers, seeing how they're using it, and then thinking about how do I apply it to my own life. But really outside of that, it's like, how does it solve a current problem that I have? A few weeks ago, I spoke about Manus AI. So I think I pay like $40 a month. Like my biggest expense in my business is absolutely all the tech tools that I have because I love tech. And two recent use cases I thought I'd share with you. They're really simple, but it just shows you like how much time you can save. So here's something that's quite relevant at the moment. I have gold status with Qantas. So that gives you a lot of really great things in terms of priority boarding, access to like picking some seats up front. You get, there's so many benefits to having gold membership, including on partner airlines. So even if you fly Emirates, you can access their lounges and things like that on the One World Alliance. Now I realized actually by the 31st of May, my gold status is going to, if I don't do something, I've got a couple trips actually. I've got a trip to Sydney, a trip to Melbourne, but I still need like 100 status points to retain gold this year. And that's because I haven't been that loyal to Qantas over the last year. I've been flying different airlines because Qantas just haven't been that great. Their service quality has dropped. The prices have gone up. Even on my trip to the US, I actually flew United Airlines instead of flying into LA because I actually just wanted to land into San Francisco airport and not the LA airport because San Francisco, there are no lines compared to LA. It's just out of control in LA. So that was one reason I switched airlines. But that means I've got to clamor together to do like a status run. So in the world of frequent flyers, a status run is where you fly somewhere not because you need to go, but because you just want to get the status points. And you can only get status points by flying. So rather than going into Qantas and having to search for like all these different flights and looking at the points that I can gain and everything else, I went into Manus and I said, hey Manus, my points expire by the 31st of May. I need 100 more points. Can you please find an itinerary which is more affordable, less time? This is a status run. I just want to get away and back. I'm happy to fly same day. These are the points that I require. And can you please map out some options for me? So I let that go. Man asked me a few different clarifying questions like, do you want to travel internationally or domestically, etc. And I just answered those questions and then I let it go. And then what it gave me back about 10 minutes later were it opened its own browser, went into Qantas and was looking at all the flights that I could get and ways that I could meet that as well. So that is an incredible use case. If you find that you're in Google and you're opening multiple tabs because you're comparing different items, you're looking for stock, what's in stock, use Manus. It's so good for that. And I think even the free trial, if you're just using one prompt a day, would be able to get you there. The other use case is Chris has a TransAm. He bought a 1979 TransAm recently. He's working to get it back on the road, get it roadworthy. Now we just need to get some new tyres for it. I keep saying we, but it's really, this is his little project. Anyway, the tyres that he has on the car, he's like, I just want to investigate what are my different options for tyres and things like that. Now, given it's a classic car and the type of tyre, it isn't like widely available. Like he went to a few local stores around us and they're like, we don't have this tire. So we're going to have to like search the internet. I'm like, well, hang on. Rather than search the internet, let me just open Manus. We gave it the car. So this is the car we have. What are our options? What's in stock? Can you please draft prices and everything else in terms of what you find? And so what it did was it opened up the browser again. First of all, it searched the Pontiac TransAm specs for the car to find out more about it. So you don't have to give it like exactly what you need. What I love about it is it does its own research and then can provide all those recommendations. So it would take me, at least 30 minutes opening different browsers, like digging in. It did that on its own. Now it got to a stage where it's like, hey, do you want me to contact these places and ask whether this tire is in stock? I said yes. It couldn't actually do that. But what it did give me was phone numbers, email addresses. It gave me an email script for reaching out to each place depending on the tire that we're after. Just absolutely incredible. So for research, and even ChatGPT has a tool called Deep Research if you're on the Pro plan, it is extraordinary what you can do with these tools. So I guess the prompt today is if you doing some research, but you're finding that you're having to balance things out and look at different options, I would, as a first step, just to get like on the first pass, you can always go through each one and then figure out what you need and what you don't, of course. But for the first pass, give that task to Manus, let it do its thing, let it kind of eliminate some options, give you more of a focus. Then you can dive in and actually see what it prepares for you. So it's not like I went into Manus and I'm like, yeah, book me the flight. I'm like, give me my options, let me evaluate. I actually gave it a time scale, like, hey, here are like 2 days in May that I'm free. Now go forth and find out. So yeah, I've got a plan now. It's quoted me some flights and yeah, we'll go from there. So let me know if you're using Manus for anything else, if there's any other use cases for this, but it is extraordinary how much we can outsource from our lives. Like, so we're not creating new problems here. We're getting to solve existing problems. And this is why I think it's so effective, is that it really cuts down that time frame in terms of getting what you need done. And I love that you can run these background tasks while you're obviously like doing other things. Like, so I can combine working on my computer with even thinking of like life admin things that Manus can tackle in the same go. Yes, I'm context switching. Yes, I'm multitasking. That's just the way I roll. I'm comfortable with that. But I love like the heavy lifting that these tools are doing for us. Thanks so much, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.